Well, good morning. I'm thrilled to be here today to share with you a brief summary of the results of an L&D Global Sentiment Survey conducted by GetAbstract in partnership with L&D expert Don Taylor. I had the privilege of interviewing Don about the survey earlier this year, and I'll do my best to share Don's very in-depth analysis with you here today. This year's survey shows the impact of the two-year pandemic on the L&D community globally. COVID-19 has forced everyone to work online and reduce budgets and resources for L&D. So now as we slowly emerge from this pandemic, L&D is finding it difficult to escape the long shadow of COVID-19. Respondents to the survey ranked their greatest challenge this year as learning engagement, with learners being overworked, tired of doing things online, and finding it difficult to prioritize learning.
Yeah, no, this is a great slide, and this is what caught my attention, and thank you quite a bit, Andrew. Why don't we just kind of open up and get some reflections with some of the participants here? One of the things that I thought was interesting is reskilling, upskilling is flat, still on the top of the list, and that seems to be appropriate. Next couple, collaborative social learning and coaching. I was really surprised that coaching has upticked as much as it has. And both of those could be a reaction of what I'm hearing from people is that we need more personalization. Going to a class isn't going to fill a gap. We just need these little nudges. And what surprised me in one of the learning circles that we're creating now is how so many organizations have training, formal training, but they've supplemented it with coaching nudges or coaching elements, follow through. So there's this whole, which is kind of overlapping into collaborative learning. And so, but I'm kind of curious with others, either in group chat or open up your mic, on how does this list relate to what you're seeing in your organization?
Andrew, this is Rich. We've got some interesting conversation going on in chat. One is Michelle talking about execution of coaching. And Michelle, if you don't mind, I'm going to read your statement real quick and then ask you to elaborate. But what struck me about it was that we're talking about coaching is newer. And at the end of it, you talk about leveraging skills within your organization to execute. So how do you execute it? And what are the skills that you need to do that in our current digital environment?
So we're really starting to explore coaching. I mean, we don't necessarily use coaching and mentoring interchangeably. We have programs right now we call learning journeys where we have mentors and we do mentoring circles. In some cases, we have mentor one-on-one, but coaching is a little bit different. And what we're trying to do is look at how we can leverage our manager population, people who are interested in being coaches for employees, and then just help the employees align with a manager and connect and then explore.
Because I think this was one of the more interesting things that came out of the survey was this open-ended question. First time that was done on the survey was just asking people, fill in the blank, what is your biggest L&D challenge? And did some filtering and grouping of these things. And this word cloud kind of represents some of the key trends there. But I think some of these free-form comments were really helpful. Avoiding this next shiny new thing until it becomes proven and established. The word focus was repeated twice. There were 17 variations on the words budget, finances, funding, and resources. And I think the single reply that Don felt best summed up the entire pool of free-form responses came from North America, and that was keeping everyone sane.